Ready to peel back the layers of love, sex, and everything in between? Welcome to Love Soul Connection, where we get down and dirty with the nitty gritty of intimacy. Join us as we ignite the spark, untangle the knots, and discover the secrets to truly epic love. Get ready to laugh, learn, and maybe even blush a little. Let's get intimate. Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to the Love Soul Connection podcast. I'm your host, Meeta, your go to love and intimacy coach, here to guide you through the intricate world of love, sex, and relationships. Today's episode is all about the hard truths of intimacy, the things that we often avoid but need to confront to build deeper, more meaningful connections. We shall explore the challenging aspects of intimacy that can make or break relationships. These are the truths that might be tough to hear, but facing them head on can transform your love life. You know, intimacy is often romanticized as something magical that just happens effortlessly. But in reality, maintaining intimacy, especially in long term relationships, requires continuous effort and a willingness to face uncomfortable truths. It's not always easy, but the rewards of a deeply connected and fulfilling relationship are well worth it. So, in this episode, we'll dig into those tough truths, the aspects of intimacy that many of us tend to shy away from. We shall discuss why vulnerability is essential, how communication is the backbone of any intimate relationship, and why understanding the evolving nature of intimacy can help you adapt and grow with your partner. We'll also touch on the significance of physical intimacy beyond just sex, how our emotional baggage can impact our current relationships, and why ongoing effort is non negotiable for keeping the connection alive. These topics might challenge you and they might even make you a bit uncomfortable. But I promise, facing these truths can lead to incredible growth and a more fulfilling love life. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea or coffee, and join me as we dive deep into the hard truths of intimacy. Let's start by understanding why vulnerability is the cornerstone of any intimate relationship. True intimacy demands that you open up, show your true self, and take emotional risks. This can be scary, but it is the foundation of a deep connection. When we talk about vulnerability, we are talking about exposing parts of ourselves that we might usually keep hidden. It means being honest about our feelings, sharing our fears, and expressing our needs and desires openly with our partner. This level of openness can feel daunting because it requires us to lower our defenses and potentially face rejection or judgment. But here's the thing, without vulnerability, we can never truly connect with our partner on a deep level. When both the partners are willing to be vulnerable, it creates a space of mutual trust and understanding. It allows for genuine intimacy where both people feel seen, heard, and valued for who they truly are. Think about a time when you really let your guard down with someone. Maybe you shared a personal story or you expressed a deep seated fear with a friend. How did it feel? Maybe it was a mix of terrifying and liberating. Vulnerability can lead to incredible closeness, but also leaves us open to hurt. Balancing this is key to building trust and intimacy. For example, imagine you've had a tough day at work, and instead of bottling up your frustration, you decide to share your feelings with your partner. You express how overwhelmed and stressed you are feeling, even though you worry that it might burden them. In response, your partner listens attentively, offers support, and reassures you that it's okay to feel this way. This exchange deepens your connection as both of you navigate this emotional landscape together, fostering a stronger bond. Vulnerability isn't just about sharing the big things, it also involves the everyday moments of honesty. It's admitting when you're wrong, expressing your gratitude, or saying, I love you, even when it feels vulnerable. These small acts of openness accumulate, creating a solid foundation of trust and intimacy. So, if you want to cultivate a truly intimate relationship, embrace vulnerability. Start small if you need to, but take those emotional risks. Remember, intimacy thrives when we allow ourselves to be seen, imperfections and all. Next, communication is non negotiable. Many of the intimacy issues stem from poor communication. It's essential to express your needs, desires, and boundaries clearly and listen to your partner with empathy. Effective communication is the foundation upon which all healthy relationships are built. It's not just about talking, but about truly understanding and being understood. When you and your partner can openly share your thoughts and feelings without any fear of judgment, it creates a safe space where intimacy can flourish. Imagine you're trying to navigate a city without a map. That's what a relationship is like without good communication. Misunderstandings and unmet expectations can create distance and frustration. Just like a map guides you to your destination, clear and empathetic communication guides your relationship through challenges and helps to maintain a strong connection. Let's break this down a little further. Good communication involves both speaking and listening. When expressing your needs and desires, use I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. For example, instead of saying, You never spend time with me, try saying, I feel lonely when we both of us don't spend time together. This shifts the focus to your feelings rather than placing blame on your partner. Listening with empathy is also equally important. It's not just about hearing the words, but understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. When your partner shares something, reflect back what you've heard to ensure clarity. For instance, you might say, It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed with work and need some downtime. This shows your partner that you are engaged and you are validating their experience. For example, imagine a couple, Alex and Jamie. Alex feels neglected because Jamie often comes home late from work and doesn't spend much time with them. Instead of bottling up these feelings and letting that resentment build, Alex decides to communicate openly with him. She says, Jamie, I feel neglected when we don't spend evenings together. Can we find a way to balance your work and our time together? So Jamie listens and acknowledges Alex's feelings, and they work together to create a schedule that allows for more quality time with each other. This conversation strengthens their bond and also prevents further misunderstandings. Clear communication helps in setting boundaries too. It's essential to articulate what you're comfortable with and what you're not. Boundaries aren't meant to create walls, but to foster respect and understanding. For instance, if you need some alone time to recharge, let your partner know in a loving way. I love spending time with you, dear, but I also need some quiet time to get my thoughts clear. Can we plan some time alone next week? This approach respects both your needs and your partner's feelings. Effective communication also means being honest, even when the truth is uncomfortable. If something is bothering you, address it respectfully rather than letting it fester. Holding back your true feelings can lead to passive aggressive behavior or emotional distance, both of which harm intimacy. So, communication is a two-way street. Both the partners need to be willing to share and listen. It's a skill that takes practice, but the more you communicate openly and honestly, the stronger your relationship will become. And if you ever find yourselves struggling to communicate effectively, then seeking the help of a relationship counselor or intimacy coach like me can provide valuable tools and insights. So take the time to talk to each other, really listen, and navigate your relationship with the map of clear, empathetic communication. It's non negotiable for a healthy and intimate relationship. The third hard truth is that intimacy evolves over time. Intimacy isn't static, it is always evolving. The passion and closeness that you felt at the beginning of your relationship will change over time. This isn't a bad thing, it's natural. Being adaptable and open to this evolution is crucial. At the start of a relationship, everything feels exciting and new. The honeymoon phase is filled with intense passion and a deep sense of closeness. You can't keep your hands off each other, and the smallest gestures feel overwhelmingly romantic. But as time goes on, that initial intensity can start to fade. This is where many couples struggle, thinking something is wrong because the relationship doesn't feel as electrifying as it once did. But here's the truth: this evolution is entirely normal. Intimacy doesn't disappear, it transforms. The fiery passion of the early days often gives way to a deeper, more stable connection. This doesn't mean that the spark is gone, but that it manifests differently. Long term intimacy is about building a foundation of trust, understanding, and mutual support. It's about knowing each other so well that you can communicate without words, share comfortable silences, and support each other through life's ups and downs. For example, let's consider a couple, Emma and John. In the early days of their relationship, they were all about grand gestures and constant physical affection. But as the years went by, their expressions of love became more subtle, yet profound. John started making Emma her favorite coffee every morning, and Emma would leave little notes of encouragement in John's work bag. These might seem like small things, but they are powerful acts of love and intimacy that have evolved over time. Understanding that intimacy changes allows you to embrace the journey rather than fear the changes. It encourages you to find new ways to connect and appreciate the different forms of closeness that develop. Whether it is learning to appreciate the comfort of a quiet evening spent together or finding joy in shared hobbies, evolving intimacy can be just as fulfilling, if not more so, than the initial rush of romance. So remember that intimacy is a journey, not a destination. By being open to its natural evolution, you can continue to build a rich, deep, and satisfying connection with your partner. It's about growing together, adapting to each other's needs, and finding new ways to express your love as you move through life together. The fourth truth is that physical intimacy is more than just sex. Physical intimacy goes way beyond sex. It includes touch, cuddling, holding hands, and many other forms of non sexual physical affection. These actions are vital for maintaining connection and closeness. It's easy to associate physical intimacy exclusively with sex, but that's only one part of the picture. The way we touch, hold, and connect with our partners outside of the bedroom is just as crucial. These moments of non sexual physical affection are the glue that holds the relationship together, fostering a sense of security and warmth. Think about it: a gentle touch on the arm, a warm hug after a long day, or simply holding hands while walking can significantly enhance your bond with your partner. These small gestures of affection create a continuous thread of connection that weaves through your daily lives, reinforcing your relationship in subtle but powerful ways. Studies show that regular physical touch can increase levels of oxytocin, the love hormone, which strengthens bonding and trust. Oxytocin isn't just a feel good chemical, it's a key player in creating emotional stability and fostering a deep sense of attachment between partners. When you hug, kiss, or cuddle, your body releases this hormone, helping you to feel closer and more connected to your partner. For example, imagine a couple that makes it a habit to hug each other every morning before heading off to work. This simple act of affection can set a positive tone for the day, reinforcing their bond and reminding each other of their love and support. Even during busy or stressful times, these small moments of physical connection can help maintain a sense of intimacy and partnership. I had a rule in my life that my husband couldn't ever leave the house without giving me a hug. And the first thing when he came back was again to give me a hug. And that made a lot of difference in our life. So even if we were fighting, we stuck to that rule, and that would help in many ways. Don't underestimate the power of a simple hug. When words fall short, physical touch can communicate love, comfort, and reassurance. It's a universal language of intimacy that transcends verbal communication and can profoundly impact your relationships, health, and happiness. So make it a priority to incorporate more non sexual physical affection into your relationship. Hold hands while watching TV, give spontaneous hugs to each other, cuddle up close when you go to bed. These actions, though seemingly small, can significantly enhance your emotional connection and keep the spark alive in your relationship. The fifth truth is that emotional baggage affects intimacy. Everyone carries some emotional baggage, and it inevitably impacts intimacy. Unresolved issues from the past can create barriers to connection and trust in your current relationship. Let's dive a little deeper into how this happens and what you can do about it. Emotional baggage can come from a variety of sources: past relationships, family dynamics, or even our own childhood experiences. These past experiences shape how we view ourselves and our ability to trust and connect with others. When we don't address and heal from these experiences, they can manifest as fears, insecurities, and even defensive behaviors in our current relationships. For instance, if you have experienced betrayal or trauma in a past relationship, you might find it challenging to fully open up to a new partner. It is obvious. You may find yourself constantly on guard, looking for signs of potential betrayal, or having difficulty trusting your partner's intentions. These reactions are natural, but it can create distance and hinder the development of a deep, intimate connection. One of the first steps to overcoming this is acknowledging your emotional baggage. It's important to recognize how past experiences are influencing your present behavior and feelings. This awareness can be very uncomfortable, but it's a crucial part of the healing process. Working through these issues often requires professional help. A coach, therapist, or counselor can provide a safe space to explore your past, understand its impact on your present, and develop strategies to move forward. Therapy can help you process unresolved emotions, develop healthier coping mechanisms, and learn to trust again. In addition to therapy, open communication with your partner is very important. Sharing your struggles and vulnerabilities with your partner can foster understanding and support. It allows your partner to be aware of your triggers and work with you to create a safe and supportive environment for healing and growth. Remember, healing from emotional baggage is a journey. It takes time, patience, and effort, but the rewards are profound. By addressing your past, you can break free from its hold and open yourself up to deeper, more fulfilling intimacy in your current relationship. So don't shy away from your emotional baggage. Embrace the process of healing. Seek support when needed and communicate openly with your partner. This journey of self awareness and growth will ultimately lead to stronger, more intimate connections. And the last hard truth is that intimacy requires ongoing effort. It is one truth that often gets overlooked. Intimacy requires continuous effort by both partners. It's not something that you achieve once and then forget about it. Just like any meaningful endeavor, maintaining intimacy demands continuous attention and nurturing. Think of intimacy like a garden. Imagine you plant beautiful flowers and trees, and for the first few weeks, you diligently water them. You remove the weeds and you ensure that they get enough sunlight. The garden is flourishing and it's a sight to behold. But what happens if you stop tending to it? Without regular care, the plants start to wilt, the weeds will overtake the flowers, and the once thriving garden begins to die away. In the same way, your relationship needs consistent care and effort. It's not enough to have a great foundation. You have to keep building on it. So, here are some practical ways to do it. First, plan regular date nights. Life gets busy and it's easy to let romantic dates slip to the bottom of your priority list. But setting aside dedicated time for just the two of you, away from daily responsibilities, is important. Whether it is a fancy dinner out, a cozy night in, or an adventurous outing, regular date nights help you to reconnect and keep the romance alive. Second, have meaningful conversations. Beyond the usual, how was your day? It's important to have deeper conversations that help you understand each other on a more profound level. Talk about your dreams, fears, and what you love about each other. Ask open ended questions that encourage your partner to share their thoughts and feelings. These conversations strengthen your emotional bond. The third thing that you can do is show appreciation. Never underestimate the power of showing appreciation. Expressing gratitude for the little things that your partner does can go a long way, whether it is a heartfelt thank you for doing the dishes or a compliment on how they handled a tough situation. These small gestures make your partner feel valued and loved. Fourth thing, work on your physical touch. Physical intimacy is more than just sex. Simple acts like holding hands, hugging, or a gentle touch on the back can convey love and affection. These small moments of physical connection can significantly enhance your bond. And the fifth thing, keep the spark alive by surprising your partner now and then. It doesn't have to be anything grand. A handwritten note, a favorite treat, or any unexpected day trip or surprise can add excitement and show that you're thinking about them. So please note, a thriving relationship doesn't happen by accident. It's a result of both partners being intentional and putting in the effort to nurture their connection. The more you invest in your relationship, the more rewarding it becomes. So, as you go about your daily lives, think about the ways you can continually show up for each other. Intimacy isn't a destination, it's a journey. And with ongoing effort, you can keep your relationship vibrant and deeply fulfilling. These hard truths about intimacy might be difficult to accept, but they are essential for building a strong, lasting relationship. By embracing vulnerability, prioritizing communication, adapting to changes, valuing physical touch, addressing emotional baggage, and consistently putting in effort, you can create a deeper, more fulfilling connection with your partner. Remember that intimacy is not just about the good times, it's about facing challenges together and growing stronger as a couple. Acknowledge these truths and let them guide you towards a more honest and loving relationship. I challenge you to reflect on these truths and see how they apply to your relationship. What areas can you improve? Start small, but start taking action. Share your thoughts and experiences with us. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below or connect with us on social media. Your stories and insights can inspire others on their journey to deeper intimacy. And if you found this episode valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who might benefit from these hard truths. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the hard truths of intimacy. I am Meeta, your love and intimacy coach, reminding you that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Until next time, keep embracing the truth and nurturing the connections that matter the most.